We begin tonight at 6 with new information out of Virginia Beach after an officer-involved shooting.
Suspect who was hurt in that case, Shantrina Fountain, is out of the hospital. Police are now saying she wasn't shot, but she was hurt.
Fountain was supposed to be in court for the first time today, but that hearing did not take place. 13 News Now reporter Evan Watson explains why.
Well, at 2 p.m. we were supposed to see Shantrina Fountain at her arraignment hearing here at the courthouse, but that didn't end up happening. Kathy Hyatt with the Virginia Beach Sheriff's Office says that she refused to cooperate and couldn't be safely taken to the area where the video arraignment normally takes place. Now, I did talk to a woman here at the courthouse who says she is a relative of Fountain's. She says she's very concerned about her health and how she's been doing over the past 5 days, both in the hospital and in the jail. I asked Hyatt about Fountain's health specifically. She says Fountain was cleared by the hospital to come to the jail today and will get any additional medical attention she needs at the jail. Fountain is charged with malicious wounding and felony assault on a law enforcement officer. This stems from a stabbing at the Navy Federal Credit Union on Providence Road. Police say Fountain walked in Friday afternoon and stabbed a clerk and then walked out. When it comes to the investigation, the investigators have still not said what led to this incident, and for Fountain's future arraignment, that has now been rescheduled for tomorrow. In Virginia Beach, Evan Watson for 13 News Now.
Turning now to the weather this hot Thursday evening. Temperatures right now are hovering around 90, but it feels even hotter than that. Let's check in with Jeff for a look at tonight's forecast. Wow.
Yeah, it's going to remain hot. High temperatures, by the way, it's official, came in at 93 degrees at the airport, and it felt like 103. Out there right now, we've been talking about the lack of any rainfall in our immediate area, but the fact that there was still a little bit out to the west, and then starting, I don't know, maybe half an hour ago, a little bit less than that, I noticed there was a little shower that I thought had popped up. So I stepped out of the picture, went over to the radar, started zooming around and moving, and sure enough, there was a shower. This is just the past hour here, or actually 3 hours, and then about an hour ago or half an hour ago, it popped up right over Little Creek and moved off to the north. So literally probably less than 1% of you saw rain today. Through the evening, maybe another couple of percent could, but 95 to 99% of us will not see rain this evening. It'll just start out hot, drop those temperatures back from the current reading of 90 to warm levels once we get, or very warm once we get into mid-evening. Notice really not much showing up. Again, Futurecast last night for today had one shower over us. We've now seen that one shower. So we're not going to add to this rain bucket at all. In general, those temperatures just dropping back by around a little before midnight, finally back into the 70s. They stay in the 70s overnight and then more heat tomorrow. In fact, I am talking about heat in the next couple of days. I'll mention all that and give you the details coming up.
All right, thanks, Jeff. Right now, crews are building a 10-foot tall fence around a low-income apartment complex in Portsmouth, and the city's NAACP president is calling for them to stop. He calls it dehumanizing. 13 News Now anchor Regina explains why it's being built at London Oaks in the first place.
I would say this is about almost a 10-foot fence.
John Hooks isn't fond of this fence going up across the street from his home.
They've gone ahead with it, and it's fenced in from Mount Vernon Avenue all the way around to London Boulevard.
It's surrounding the London Oaks apartments in Portsmouth. He thinks it may be a way to cut back on crime in the complex, but doesn't think a fence is the way to do it.
And my thought is like, well, they're imprisoning these people here. They're corralling them and fencing them in.
Another neighbor that didn't want to be on camera tells me the fence is a start and something needs to be done. The president of the Portsmouth NAACP sent this letter on behalf of London Oaks residents and others asking the management to stop building the fence.
It makes me think, why here?
The regional manager, Suzanne Claxton, tells me the fence is going up to improve the look of the apartments, enhance safety, and reduce foot traffic coming in and out of the complex.
Maybe they say, well, if you block them all in, they can't run through here anymore. That's not the solution.
The regional manager also tells me that they received a permit from the city to build this fence. However, residents did not know about it beforehand. I'm told that they will only receive a letter this week notifying them about the build. In Portsmouth, I'm Regina, 13 News Now.
New information tonight in the trial of a former Navy commander charged in the Fat Leonard case. Defense attorneys motioned for a mistrial in court. Commander David Morales is on trial for charges of bribery, prostitution, and adultery, and accepting lavish gifts. The former FA-18 pilot is accused of conspiring with Leonard Francis, also known as Fat Leonard, to bribe Navy officials to influence ship schedules. Francis is an Asian defense contractor who has pleaded guilty to paying off Navy officials in order to get contracts. The trial is underway at Naval Station Norfolk.
Now, imagine sharing the streets of your neighborhood with golf carts. Tonight, the Norfolk City Council will vote on an ordinance that would allow them on streets in Ocean View. So what do you think? Let us know at 13newsnow.com/vote. 13 News Now reporter Allie Weatherton tells us why some neighbors are pushing for the pass.
Parking is an issue at any beach community, and particularly here in East Ocean View.
And tonight at Norfolk City Council, the ordinance to allow golf carts is up for vote.
We know that we can fit more golf carts than cars.
If passed, people could cruise south of Ocean View Avenue to Little Creek Inlet between 1st and 23rd Bay Street.
We're going to have new restaurants that are coming as part of EDC's development. Right off 21st Bay. So, you know, it will help and it will support those vendors.
For years, golf carts have been allowed in the East Beach section of Ocean View. Bill Clifford has one and loves it.
It's cool. It's fun. It's a lot easier to ride around in a golf cart than it is your bicycle or car. And when we tend to congregate with golf carts.
But there are rules. Drivers have to have a valid license to operate a golf cart. And according to Norfolk City Code, you can't drive one on public highways unless the speed limit is 25 miles per hour or less. That means you can't drive a golf cart on Shore Drive or Ocean View Avenue.
Well, now, especially with the bike lanes, there's only one lane. So now you'd be in the bike lane. So I think we would have a lot of people complaining about the golf carts. Right now, people don't seem to complain.
And if the ordinance is passed, people purchasing golf carts must have at least $100,000 in liability insurance and $20,000 for property damage.
Bolin says if the ordinance passes, the plan is for the Norfolk Police Department to come out and explain the rules of the road when it comes to golf carts. In Norfolk, Allie Weatherton, 13 News Now.
All right, you've been voting all evening long. Here are the results. Most of you are saying no way, the idea of golf carts on neighborhood streets, but many of you call it a brilliant idea.
More and more people in Hampton Roads are using the life-saving app Pulse Point. In just the last 2 weeks, the app's developers say 325 more CPR-certified responders signed up for the app. That brings the total amount of users in Hampton Roads to more than 5,600. The app is designed to alert CPR-trained civilians about nearby medical emergencies so they can potentially save someone's life before EMTs arrive. It's available in Norfolk, Chesapeake, Newport News, and Virginia Beach.